Now in the last step we inserted an entire folder full of files, but you may also choose to simply insert, or embed in this case, one file onto your page, and that can look completely different. So let's take a peek. In fact, I'm going to make a page for that purpose. So new page, maybe this is instructions. And I've written out all those instructions ahead of time. Let's switch back to, there we go, title only. And I'm going to insert a file from Drive. Looking at this same place, here I've got a large document with all of the instructions for building a classroom website. These are the ones I'm working from now, and I'm going to go ahead and say Insert. So in this case, the actual document itself is embedded immediately onto the page. If I look at it this way, it means that I'm going to get, even in desktop view, there we go, I'm going to get this little window here that I then have to scroll inside of. So to avoid too much scrolling, what I have to do is come down here, grab the bottom dot, and stretch this box out a little bit. Maybe do it a few times until I can at least see the bottom of my page. There it is, page 1 of 2. That way, when we preview this, I can scroll down a little bit on the page and I can actually view everything. It's going to fill my page nicely, and I can start scrolling through this. It's just going to keep going. Now, alternatively, of course, there's always other options. What I might choose to do is just include a little thumbnail of that particular document and force people to click on it so they get it in a even larger view. So for that, I would come to Drive, I would pick my file again and insert it, but this time, instead of dragging it out to be bigger, I'm actually going to grab this arrow and drag it in to be smaller. And once it sort of gets to a certain size, it's no longer going to be something that I can scroll and actually read. That's too tiny. When I preview that, what I get is actually a little thumbnail version of it. So it kind of looks like the file, but I click it and it will launch here in a more full screen type version for me to start scrolling through and reading through that document properly. We don't really need to wait for that, so I'm going to go ahead and back up. But that's the two ways that I can take single files and embed them right onto my web page. Sometimes that's easier when you've already created a document, you've already written it all out, and laid out your images, and done things the way you want. It means you can embed that. Now, just like our previous folder example, I need to go to Drive and get this file, and I need to make sure that it's available for everybody. So I'm going to right-click and choose Share. I'm going to go to Advanced, change the access, and make sure anyone with the link is going to be able to view this particular document. Otherwise, people will just get a permissions error when they browse to my site and try and see what I've posted. But because, of course, this is live, it means if this was a set of instructions or a rubric for an assignment or anything else that I was presenting to people, I can double-click that document, make some changes to it, and immediately all of those changes will be reflected on my website. I don't need to go to my site and edit it a second time. And so that's a great way to provide a bunch of information from a document without retyping, copy-paste, anything like that.